We're going to log into Flow Create, and you can see all of our boards here. And today we are going to start a new board in order to solve our brief. Give it a name, select the creative engine as it suggests associations in culture, lifestyle, and trends. Create the board, enter your brief, and click Next. And this will summarize what you've put into the initial screen as a project vision. In this case, project vision is to leverage Airbnb's digital tools to address the growing issue of loneliness among Gen Z by fostering genuine human connections. We can add more things here as well, and specifically to do with the brief, they're asking us to create a digital platform that can help in genuine connections and foster meaningful relationships. So let's click Next, and we are going to select our project vision to add to the board. And as soon as it's done that, as our AI is enabled, it helps us do the initial brainstorming by picking out the key terms and utilizing these as springboards for us to explore our associations around a particular topic and our memories, and to challenge these and see if there's anything that we're missing and look at things from different perspectives. So for example, we've got here in our association map for the concept of issue, and anything that we like to add to something, we can simply click on it, and we can also pull our lateral thinking slider to the right and see things which are a little bit further afield, and helps us with any blind spots that we might have, any unconscious biases that we might have. We can also look at different perspectives by clicking on empathize, and all of these associations are color-coded to help us look at the positive, the negative, or the opposite emotions, and different kinds of semantic and contextual associations around that kind of topic. So what do we mean by meaningful? Could be engagement, could be caring, could be significant, could be life-changing here. And again, our lateral thinking slider helps us go further afield. And from any of these, we can continue exploring these further, and we can also start generating longer form ideas and help our large language model now from the knowledge graph continue on our chain of thought by helping us brainstorm. So for example, if we click on engagement, we can go onto our original vision as well. Add that in there, bring in experiences, catalyst, etc. All gets added here, and it'll start brainstorming on ideas. We can essentially see all of our more lateral suggestions up at the top, with things getting more sensible as we go down. Anything that we like, we can add to the board and continue our chain of thought from there, and continue springboarding off of that for more brainstorming. Also, anything that we like, we can add to our idea box right here, for example. And in this way, here's a board that I've done where I've essentially clicked on certain ideas, added certain ideas, brainstormed and generated certain ideas, continued from those ideas to create even more ideas and springboard off of them here, for example. And I've created little groupings of ideas that I think have particular merit. And as you can see, I've added lots of hearts everywhere. And also I've been able to generate images again from that specific tab here, in order to give me mental imagery around a particular concept, for example. And you can see like here, conscious, and these are artistic representations. And once I've actually clicked on that, I can actually search further for other images that already exist in the same kinds of styles and themes as the original one that I generated. And so I built all this out, and I've created loads of ideas that I've then added here. And then I go on to the next section. We can see all the sections in the guide, which we can find by clicking on the question mark. We've just done the Inspire section, and then we'll be moving on to the Ideate, and finally culminating in Synthesize, where we can export our pitch deck. In the second section, Ideate, we can see through the lens of different psychographics, such as personality or archetype, the different kind of groupings and clusterings that I've got here. From there, I can actually build out things to do with user personas, such as I'm looking at the idea of loneliness and building out different kinds of ideas from that. I can see here a biography, the goals, needs and wants, pain points. So this is the next sort of section to do with strategy. And I can actually add these to my ideas box by, again, clicking on this and saving this in order to utilize this later for Synthesize. And then from there, I can also look at the themes, not only about what I'm looking at, but also the overall themes for me and my team over here, such as this. I can see what the rest of my team think, and it helps me to collaborate further with my team, in addition to being able to see what they're doing real time in Inspire, for example, and where they are shown in different colors. And all of this allows us to see overall themes. They might be quite counterintuitive, or they might all be sort of meeting in the middle where we're dancing around different ideas, and we can analyze it utilizing this sort of slider here. And from this, we can also build out not only user personas, we can also build out the different kinds of stakeholders and what their motivations might actually be. For example, people are interested in community leaders, nonprofits, business or corporations, community members. And again, we can generate images, we can keep these for later. And all of this is actually helping us organize and find insights and research and patterns from the very first sort of section in Inspire. All of this then gets added to the team board right at the end. And we can start organizing all of our ideas. And you can see here all the different kinds of imagery that also got generated, all the different brainstorming spots here, all the different kind of personas that were added. And it helps us build out essentially from our initial research, brainstorming, we start ideating, thinking about our insights, we start thinking about strategies, we start thinking about our UX, we start thinking about our target audience, we start thinking about the kind of user personas. And now we're here, we're going to create some outputs such as brand strategy, such as design assets. And all of this we can export into our pitch deck. And we get there once we've added our ideas by simply clicking on them. For example, these kinds of ideas directly here is, we can either download it or add it directly there. For example, such as clicking on this sort of brainstorming space here. We can click on synthesize or click on this magic button here. And again, open up this panel. We get a whole host of different AI tools that can help us think about topics, summarize it, give us different brand strategies, give us different imagery in different styles, and help us think and produce our different assets. And from here, I've got this sort of buddy system, for example, and I've created a brand strategy by clicking on this and clicking submit, such as like that. I can then copy over into the notepad like I've done here, and I've created a load more assets from that. Different things have come through. Soul Voyage, for example, there are sort of products I might want to create from that, who's the target audience specifically for that and segmented specifically for that. Actually, I can organize all of this into my pitch deck, also by adding in different project management things here, like the logistics. We had our vision, the change that we actually want to make, all the different strategies, some which are generated directly from that project vision, and others that I came up with in my brainstorming, such as this one here, creating that buddy system. And then I can segment that even further by looking at the audiences, the personas, and the different conceptual territories that are here. Again, for that buddy system, I created quite a few things like the product brief, created an image, and as I go along, I can select these in order for these to then be included in my pitch deck, which we can now see by exporting that. And we've got it right here. So we've got our project vision, we've got our brand strategy, we've got our target audience, our motivations, and that's it.